cycling computers, which one to choose? I have two really popular models here. Both are from Garmin. This is the Edge 1000, their top of the range model. This is the slightly smaller, well, not slightly smaller, slightly cheaper, I would say. This is the Edge 520. It's a bit newer than the 1000. It's around half the size and half the weight. What you need to know about these newer Garmin units is they all get the same software updates, they all get the same functions, even if not at the same time. So that really is not a factor. First, I have been using the Edge 1000 a lot, which has a touchscreen. And the screen is really quite big. You can display a lot of data there, which is not really what I say necessary. This device, the design of it is a couple of years old, so it has that old school smartphone feel. The touchscreen is not that brisk and not that sensitive, which is not really a problem in summer, but when you're wearing gloves it gets a bit tricky. One area though where the Edge 1000 shines is the navigation aspect. You can have your SD card in there, have your maps in there, and you can basically have full turn-by-turn navigation, which is not that easy in the Edge 520. I only use the 520 now for the first because I don't really need a big display. For the second is that I prefer the push button layout of the Edge 520, and then its design also, it's much lighter, sleeker, looks nice on the bike. And you can never really press the wrong button, or the layout is quite clever. The operation it's not as simple, because here when the menu comes up you just press it. Here you have to get used to what each button does, but after a couple of rides you do, and it's quite intuitive. But then you can't have any problem with the screen not reacting properly. You just have the buttons, you can feel them even in gloves. You press them, the device is also faster. If you really want only your ride data, you're a competitive rider, the Edge 520 is your clear choice. But if you like touring, exploring, and you need your maps with you, then the Edge 1000 is your choice. The battery life is roughly the same, although I have experienced now that the battery life suffers quite a bit in the cold, but there's nothing really you can do about that. The backlighting is excellent on both, so you can adjust it so it's really low for night riding. You can adjust it that stays on all the time, so no problem with visibility. It's always clear to read. Both have now the night mode, so it switches to night colors as it senses it that it's darker. That's another neat feature. Both support every N+ device you can find these days. Power meters, lights even. You can build light networks, which I will show you in another video. So excellent little devices. Between them comes now the Edge 820, which I haven't had the chance to test yet, but that could be another alternative. But until then, I'll stick to my 520. It's my favorite device so far. I had two niggles with it. It was basically just one, but it happened twice. Is that when I upgraded the software through Garmin Express, from then the device failed to boot, and this happened twice, so I had to hard reset it, and I lost all my data on it, which is a bit irritating, but I have everything on Strava, so it didn't really matter. So that's my review on the Edge devices. Let me know in the comments below which one you are using, which are your tips. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.